the night Emily disappeared. On the night of October 12, 2019, 24-year-old Emily Sanders vanished without a trace after attending a small outdoor birthday gathering near the outskirts of Tillamook State Forest, Oregon. Emily was a recent college graduate, known for her bright, outgoing personality and her passion for wildlife photography. That weekend, she had driven from Portland to spend time with a few friends at a rented cabin near the edge of the forest. The group had planned to celebrate, share drinks, and enjoy a quiet night away from the city. By midnight, most of the guests were preparing to leave. According to witness statements, Emily offered to drive one of her friends home, but decided against it after realizing her gas tank was nearly empty. She reportedly told her friends she would cut through the park to save time on her way home, a route locals later described as isolated and poorly lit. It was the last time anyone saw her alive. The next morning, when Emily's parents couldn't reach her, they contacted authorities. At first, police suspected she may have crashed or gotten lost, as her phone's last ping placed her in a wooded area off Route 6, near a disused ranger station. Search teams and K-9 units scoured the surrounding woods for days, but they found nothing. No footprints, no clothing, and no sign of foul play. Her car was discovered a mile away, parked awkwardly on the side of a dirt road with the driver's door ajar and her purse on the passenger seat. Her keys and phone were missing. Investigators later determined that Emily's phone had stayed active until around 2:43 a.m., when its signal abruptly vanished. The final cell tower reading suggested she was deep within the forest, near a trail that had been closed to the public for years due to landslides. Her friends and family were baffled. Emily was not the kind of person who would wander off the beaten path at night, especially not alone. As the weeks passed, media coverage intensified. Flyers with Emily's photo, smiling, auburn-haired, and wearing her green field jacket, were posted across Oregon. Social media exploded with theories. Some claimed she'd been abducted. Others believed she had fallen victim to the wilderness itself. Yet, with no leads, the case stalled. Detectives labeled it suspicious but inconclusive. Then, on November 23rd, more than 6 weeks after her disappearance, 2 hikers stumbled upon a mud-caked smartphone lying half-buried beneath moss near an abandoned service cabin roughly 1.2 miles from where her car had been found. When they handed it over to police, investigators were stunned to confirm that it was Emily Sanders' phone, still intact, but water-damaged. After days of digital recovery, technicians successfully extracted video footage from the device. What they discovered would not only reignite public interest, but also disturb even the most seasoned detectives. The recovered files contained several short clips recorded in the early morning hours of October 13th, just before Emily's phone had gone dark. The first clip began at 1:48 a.m., showing Emily walking through the forest with the flashlight on her phone illuminating her face. She looked anxious but not terrified, whispering into the camera that she had lost the main trail and was trying to find her way back to the road. In the background, faint wind and rustling leaves were audible. She occasionally called out a name, possibly Hannah, one of her friends from the cabin, but no one answered. A second clip, time-stamped at 2:07 a.m., showed Emily breathing heavily as she moved faster, the light bouncing erratically. At one point, she stopped suddenly and turned the camera toward the trees, saying she heard something behind her. The lens captured nothing unusual, but her voice trembled. "If anyone finds this," she said softly, "please tell my mom I love her." By the final recording, marked 2:42 a.m., her voice was barely audible. The footage showed only flashes of light through trees and what sounded like hurried footsteps. Then came a noise, a sharp crack, possibly a branch breaking, followed by the phone dropping to the ground. The camera tilted sideways, capturing the beam of her flashlight shaking before it suddenly went black. When police reviewed the footage, they were silent. Nothing in the clips conclusively explained what had happened to Emily, but what unsettled investigators most wasn't what was visible. It was what could be heard. Near the end of the last clip, faintly beneath the rustle of leaves, a second voice whispered something indecipherable. The Oregon State Police never confirmed what the word said, but according to one unnamed source within the investigation, the voice didn't sound like Emily's and it was much closer to the microphone than it should have been. The footage that changed everything. Forensic technicians spent weeks enhancing the corrupted files found on Emily Sanders' phone. The goal was simple: isolate the sounds captured in the final video. What they discovered, however, only deepened the mystery. Using audio analysis software, specialists detected a faint male voice overlapping Emily's final moments. It spoke a few words too quietly to decipher, but experts agreed. The voice belonged to someone standing only a few feet from her. This revelation turned what had been treated as a potential lost person case into an active criminal investigation. Detectives returned to the forest and focused on the old ranger service cabin near where the phone was found. The building had been abandoned for decades, its walls rotted and roof caved in. Inside, searchers found traces of human activity: an empty food can, a torn blanket, cigarette butts, and footprints that appeared fresh despite recent rainfall. DNA tests confirmed that at least one sample did not belong to Emily. Investigators began looking into possible suspects. Locals told them about a drifter named Carl Henson, a man in his 40s who had been seen camping illegally in the same area earlier that fall. Henson had a record of trespassing and minor assaults, but after being questioned weeks prior, he disappeared. When police finally tracked him down in a neighboring county, he denied knowing Emily, but admitted he had seen her car that night. He claimed he approached the vehicle, thinking it was abandoned, and then heard a woman yelling from deep inside the woods. His story changed multiple times, and though circumstantial, it placed him near the scene of Emily's disappearance at the exact time her phone stopped recording. However, investigators couldn't link him directly to her. There was no body, no weapon, no clear sign of violence. Even the enhanced audio couldn't prove intent, only proximity. The district attorney refused to move forward without physical evidence. Still, the recovered phone footage remained a haunting piece of digital history. In December 2019, the Oregon State Police released an edited version of the footage to the public, hoping for leads. Within 24 hours, the video went viral across social media and news outlets, viewed millions of times. Commenters analyzed every frame, pointing out shadows, flickers, and supposed figures in the background. Some believed the whisper was saying stop. Others thought it was Emily pleading, don't. 1 week after the footage was released, an anonymous tip came in. A hunter claimed to have discovered a makeshift campsite near a riverbank 2 miles from the ranger cabin. The same area search teams had cleared early in the investigation. When officers returned, they found a small clearing with a half-burned tarp, clothing scraps, and a rusted metal box buried beneath rocks. Inside the box were Emily's necklace, her missing car keys, and a USB drive wrapped in plastic. When investigators opened the drive, they found a single file, a video that had clearly been recorded on a separate device. The timestamp read October 13th, 2:51 a.m., only minutes after Emily's phone had gone dark. The footage was blurry but unmistakable, a flashlight beam sweeping through the forest, and for a brief moment, the outline of a woman lying on the ground. The camera then panned upward, capturing the face of a man with a beard and dark hood before the screen abruptly went black. The man in the video matched the description of Carl Henson. He was arrested the following day. Despite the powerful circumstantial evidence, he maintained his innocence, claiming the footage was taken out of context and that he had found the items after someone else left them there. The USB drive, he insisted, was planted. Without Emily's body, prosecutors struggled to build a case. In early 2021, the charges were dropped due to lack of conclusive proof linking Henson to her disappearance. The case remains open, officially classified as missing under suspicious circumstances. To this day, Emily Sanders' remains have never been found. Her phone and recovered video footage are preserved by investigators and occasionally shown in law enforcement seminars on digital forensics. The chilling case continues to be studied by criminologists as a reminder of how modern technology can capture fragments of the truth, but not always the whole story. Family and friends hold annual vigils near the site where her car was discovered. Emily's mother, Linda Sanders, continues to advocate for missing person awareness. In interviews, she says she believes the video shows her daughter trying to leave something behind, a trail, a voice, proof that she was out there. Though no one knows what really happened that night, one thing remains certain. The footage found on Emily's phone became the last recorded evidence of her existence, and the whisper captured in the darkness still echoes in investigators' minds. Whoever spoke in that video, one detective later said, was close enough to touch her. We just don't know who he was, or why she never made it out of those woods.